Hey Heart Garbage Squad, welcome back to a new account review video. I believe this is number 7. Today's special is because we're doing it for the notification squad. If you're in the description below, if you click on the description below and you click on that Discord link, you would have been notified. Anyways, as always, how it works here is we're on this channel here and now we're on global because I'm a global player, and we will look at the first 10 monsters of the monster person's box. Whoa, what is this? Double Han? This is an F in the chat. 2.1k days played and 3.5 lives. Hello Junpei, how's it going? Oh my goodness, what is this? Oh my god. Wait, what is this? How unlucky do you have? Is this lucky or unlucky? How unlucky do you have to be to have this? Huh. Well, okay. Anyways, it looks like your account, you want me to review your arena units. Okay, that's fair. This is on Will Fight, that's fair, okay? But because this is on a slower build, I look at your Tiana, it's not exactly fast, right? Maybe for Conquer, this is considered like a fast Tiana. However, you do have to keep in mind that Galleon does have to be kind of tanky. So as a water threat, you do want to do some damage at it. On slot 4, I like to have max attack slot 4s on attack percentage. Reason being because crit damage, crit damage, yeah, it does a lot, and crit does a lot, yeah. But when you face a Camilla, if you crit on it, you literally do no damage. And the skill 2 here controls Camilla a lot, so I do like the build here. However, it's a little bit squishy. No will runes, instantly bad. Reason being is because Zaros always goes first. Should the Zyros fail to reset a Samoth, for example, and then Alicia uses third skills, and then the Samoth comes back alive and then kills you or stuns you, you're completely donezo. You don't get the second rotation. This skill does more damage than this skill, by the way. This sets up this skill. So that's why you want the will runes here. That's why whenever I don't see will runes on Alicia, it's like instantly not good anymore. Yeah, sure, you can go take first turn, but you never know. Sometimes with those random Samoth Triana compositions, you can easily Zyros Alicia them. As for me, having will runes on Alicia is like a safety net. Like, you just can't go wrong on it. Okay, Despair Nemesis, same reason here. If you ever use Samoth on offense, Nemesis will work fine because you can control who you bring your Samoth in. So if you kill, let's say you Fat Lucian the enemy Samoth, right? And like this Samoth is on Nemesis. It comes back alive and then takes a turn before your Samoth and then resets you. So if this gets reset, it literally gets no play. That's why I always prefer Will on offense and Nemesis on defense, because Nemesis on defense provides that extra RNG win potential. So whenever you bring this on offense, be careful. You might get reset by the enemy Samoth if you Lucian that Samoth first. And if it's on defense, easily controlled by enemy Samoth or Zyroses, for example. Yeah, this build doesn't do anything. Yeah, so you suffer this. Yeah, looks like this has no accuracy, first of all, and no HP. I know this for Conquer. I'm keeping in mind, it's Conquer player. I'm keeping that in mind right now. However, this is honestly not that fast in Conquer because 140 speed Triton, which is 140 bonus speed Triton, is probably gonna outspeed this. And that's not even like max blue runes and grinded. You know what I mean? It can be like +2 grinds and 16 speed base and it'll outspeed this unit. And that's why will runes on these 2 units are so crucial, because should you ever just say, F it, I'm gonna face Triton defenses and I'm gonna hope it derps, that will gives you the extra potential where it doesn't push your attack bar back, okay? Okay, now this unit, Rakan is one of those units that have to be on will. It has to be, because if you don't have will runes, you basically don't get this skill off and have permanent will. So that's a big problem. This is not very beefy. I guarantee you, any 6-star green rune will be better than this rune. You're missing the 10%, sorry, 12%, math is hard. Cannot use 5-star runes on slot 2, 4, 6s at some point in your game. And that at Conquer, yeah, I expect you not to be using 5-star runes. Okay, you know your biggest problem is? Your biggest problem is you don't have will runes. So either farm Necro or farm Alunia B5. The easiest way to advance, even on Shield Will Cleave, like the easiest way is to have second turn if you can't go first and do more damage. Looks like we're next with Toph. Okay, Toph. There we go. Are you here, Toph? Should I try Shield Will Cleave teams? It's not a bad idea. Conquer 2, 1.1k days played. Okay. Well, hopefully you are here. Your defense. I mean, this is like a guild. This is like a siege defense. It dies to the common Zaros AO. It dies to, right? I don't know how unpopular or how uncommon Zaros is, but I feel like it's pretty common. Anyways, let's take a look. Okay, 19 speed. If this is for R5, hey, it looks good to me. You got 81 crit rate plus 19, looks fantastic. Swift Nemesis. First of all, in Conquer RTA, I honestly don't think this speed range is even considered fast. Like, and when you're not first, you need will runes. That's kind of the concept. If you don't go first, you need will runes to not get controlled with Genya Thor or things like that. These two runes are not actually that fast. And your Swift runes here don't have speed on them. So if this was on Violent, I'd be saying it's pretty good. But it's on Swift. It's actually, for a Conquer player, this is not what I wanted to see. This should be a slot 2 speed. And this has no speed on it. This has a little bit of speed. This has like not even grounded speed, pretty low. Right? So honestly, that's slot 2 speed and it'll be instantly better. Homunculus for TOA, I'm not gonna bother. 170. I'm inclined to say this is a blue rune, right? If you have a rune that has a lot of crit damage and a lot of speed, I would probably replace it and not force the revenge set. This is honestly a really good rune. You take out the resistance for crit damage and the sick nasty rune for this unit, but overall you probably change the resistance to HP in general. But hey, this is actually built really well, but you're missing about like 40 crit damage, I would say, because like there's so much crit damage potential here. Like for example, flat HP could be crit rate, and this could be, you leave that alone. This slot 2 speed can have like 20 crit damage and like 20 attack, for example. This one has a lot of HP, but you kind of want the crit damage. So I get it. I wanted this to be tanky, but Mina's purpose in RTA is to one-shot something. Vampire Blade. Okay, Blade is actually okay for new players if you don't have the crit rate potential with Nemesis runes and revenge runes. That's actually okay, but this slot 2 is not okay. 22% accuracy. Like, accuracy is nice for this skill, but it's not your primary thing. You're really gunning for the crit rate, crit damage, and then the speed, and the attack, and then the HP, and then defense. And then accuracy comes like last from like innate or like one roll or something like that. Violent Blade. Vanessa is one of those units. This is really nice rune, by the way. Vanessa is one of those units that must have will, unless it's at a very, very fast speed range. Reason being is if you don't have will, you either get controlled or you get reset, and then this becomes literally useless. That's why will is so crucial on this unit here. For RTA, it's missing defense. RTA is missing defense. For arena defense, if I were to make it a goal for you, I would say like try to get like 4,000, 3,000 more HP as a goal. But that would come with grinds, I would say. Eventually, your stats will come with grinds. Okay. It's on a blade set. So Sierra is one of those monsters that I need every stat in the game, which makes it really easy to re-app. So runes like this is no efficiency. Like this doesn't matter, this doesn't matter, doesn't matter. Like this ideally for Sierra would have speed, HP, defense, and a crit or accuracy. Ideally, right? Same with this. Your Sierra literally has all these flat stats when this should be attack percentage, and that should be defense percentage, and that should be HP percentage, for example, for grindables. So you're not working your Sierra. Sierra requires really, really high rune quality. Okay, not much to say about this. This should be on will. Again, if you don't take a turn, it doesn't go. But if you don't have will runes, this is fine. Hello, DS Eternal. What's up? Who's next here? Dark Shinobi 274. Like, I would definitely say for a lot of beginner players, like for me, Conquer 1, Conquer 2 is just early game. It's honestly not mid game to me. Mid game is like C3, G1. The time it takes from C3 to G1 to advance from that level is very, very long. The time it takes from Guardian 1 Arena to Guardian 2 Arena or Guardian 3 Arena, which translates to like RTA, which would be like C3 RTA, G1 RTA. That's really a high percentage, right? So it takes a long time. That's why I consider like Conquer 1 and below, Conquer 2 even, kind of early game, to be honest with you. They're 200 days in. You are super, super early game. Okay. You asked me about, I remember you asked me something about your Lynette. But the easiest thing, when I look at an early game account, the easiest thing to do is you ruin your core monsters, which is your GB10 team, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then your last unit is your Sigmaris. So wherever your Sigmaris is, go fuse it for the event. And then that's your GB10 team. Your GB10 team, you're going to farm that for ages, okay? Ages. And that will do you justice. The biggest mistake new players do is they skip Giant Speed 10, try to farm 4-star, 5-star Violent runes, and try to say, oh, Violent procs are so OP. No, your Swift runes that are 6-star are way better than your 4-star, 5-star Violent runes, okay? Coco. 2,000 days in yet. A lot of these, like all of these early game players here, like all these people are early game, I'm going to say. And these are by my standards because I've been playing this game for a long time now. So my standards is a lot different than your standards because I've kind of seen it all by now. Okay, I like that it's on Violent. I do. It's good. When you proc a billion times, it's good. It's got some good accuracy, good resistance for R5 too. This is a good R5 build. If it's for RTA, I'm not a good Anvil. Dude, my Anvil's 5-star, okay? So I really can't give you anything about Anvil, but she's one of those units that I need every stat in the game because I do believe this heals off attack percentage. I could be wrong because I don't use it. Anyways, Chow. Violent Will. Chow is actually one of those units that don't need Will runes. Surprisingly enough, like your Will runes are really good. That's why you're putting on Will. I do get that. But just saying, if you do have a better set and you want to transfer these Will runes to say your Perna, for example, go ahead. But if you wanted to improve this for RTA purposes, I would drop the HP by like a little. Like I would drop the HP by a little bit to include your defense. Let's say you drop 20% HP for 20% more defense. Because Chow as a unit's HP based and you do... People ignore Chow until the end, basically, right? And by the end, I mean, he has like negative HP because people build him on like triple HP almost. Or like HP, crit damage, HP, or speed, HP, crit damage. So a lot of people in RTA run a very high attack, high defense build with little HP. And then they pair it with a sustain. This looks perfectly fine to me. Like these Nemesis runes are blue. Like this is like 14 speed plus 4. That's a blue rune. This is like a 16 speed rune, and this could be like 7 max for a 6-star rune, right? So like these runes honestly can be replaced here for anything with better stats. So again, you're kind of falling into that thing. Oh, I see a 4 set. I must pair it with a 2 set. Honestly, if you have better, like first of all, Nemesis doesn't provide you like crit rate. If it gives you crit rate, I would see why you would force it because the extra bonus from a crit set would be very good. But Nemesis on Mina really doesn't do anything because Mina's purpose is to go first, nuke a Daphnis, for example, or a fire unit, and then it dies. You're basically using Mina to trade 1v1. Or if it's on Violent, it goes multiple times and kills multiple units. But it's on Swift. Anyways, let's take a look at the next one here. Okay. We have your Samoth. I already explained Samoth here, where Nemesis Samoth, too lazy, didn't watch. Nemesis Samoth, very good on your defense because RNG. Very bad for offense because you can control it easily. You'll be very particular on who you bring it with. Violent Will, hey, it looks good to me. Nothing to complain about. Low defense, which is good for me because when you look at her, 400 base defense. Your defense percentage would essentially be going to waste, right? So, I like that. Good job. Hey, this is one of the times where you put a focus set and forcing it is a good idea because these are good focus runes and they give you accuracy for you to use skill 3. So this is the time where I would say, hey, you did a good job forcing the set on because these 2 runes are actually good and it actually makes sense for the focus, right? Unlike this, it makes no sense. Good job. A little low on the speed, to be quite honest with you. Most Leikas are on speed slot 2. You typically don't see a lot of HP just because of the nerf, the buff the buff to healing here and the revenge combination. So the defense is good. Definitely need more speed here for sure, because you cannot be relying on Leica to just get like maybe like 20 more speed would be ideal. Even like 14 speed, something on a higher speed range. Like at this speed range, like when you look at your other units and then you see Leica, like when you see these two units, and like both of these units literally just do not move. Well, this one has higher base speed, so I'll take that back. But this one literally just does not move. That's the problem with this unit. It does not move. Okay, that is fine with me. High HP, Von Will. Hey, nothing to look at bad. Not bad, and not bad. Okay. Not bad. By the way, the Revenge Gene is not legit anymore, I don't believe, because they changed the skill so it doesn't proc Revenge. That's why I think that was the nerf. Correct me if I'm wrong there. A lot of things has happened, but correct me if I'm wrong there. Okay. Okay, Slayer Bow. All right, Slayer Bow. 1,000 days in. You're pretty early game, because I noticed you did not clear TOA Hard 100. No excuse there. I've seen Shinobi clear that in like 2 weeks or something like that, okay? No excuse there, my friend. Free R5 at the moment? I don't care, whatever. Okay, well, you didn't bring your first 10 monsters out, so I am going to just look at the first few monsters, 10 monsters I see. First of all, definitely missing the crit rate here, and not maxed runes. Your DPS units, honestly, no matter how bad your runes are, for your dungeon farming teams, you gotta do 2, 4, 5 them. Sigmaris needs crit damage and attack here. He awakens into crit rate, so it shouldn't be hard to get at least 70, even 85 crit rate to guarantee a crit on fire, like for dragons, for example. Yep, so I don't need to look through your account too much. I see a common theme here. You are suffering from having, I think your account has too many monsters and not enough rune farming. So I'm going to say, just judging by your crit rate and the overall stats of your monsters, you buy too many premium packs and you do not farm enough runes. That's my, like, without looking at too much, that's what I mean, okay? Need conquer 500 days in. Okay. Sabrina doesn't need accuracy, but overall not too much, because Sabrina has like a passive skill for accuracy, if I recall. Looks fine for Dragon's B10. Don't force a Swift rune. I mean energy rune. This is a 19 speed rune plus 4. That's 23. 19 speed might as well be like doo-doo. If this is actually your fastest rune here, then sure, keep it. But if it's something faster, I would say 100 billion% replace this rune. Hey, I get it. It makes a 2 set, but the extra 15% HP on Bastet is not going to change whether you win or lose a game. The extra 1 speed, 2 speed will change who gets first turn and decides who wins the game. So that's why this is not that bueno unless it's your fastest rune, okay? Swift Blade, I'm not really sure what this is for until I look at the other units here. So this goes after your Lucian, which doesn't make sense to me. So I really don't know what I'm rating this for. Maybe for your Dragon's B10 farmer team, but okay, fair. I already went through a billion times with Despair, Nemesis, and Moth. All you guys with that on your defense, you're basically food for people who know you don't have will runes, and I love you for that. So keep doing you, okay? Keep doing you. Nice. If this is for your cleave team, if this is for your RTA cleave team, wow, 5-star rune, that's 24. If this is for your cleave team, I would say these are pretty decently fast. And if you want an RTA review here, it's not so much, hey, I'm not fast enough and I can't climb. It's more like your DPS units are not fast enough, especially here. They're not fast enough to do enough damage. Like this one is actually pretty fast, and it's and I believe it's speed tuned to this, to your double protect bar boosters for RTA. Then you look at this. This is missing a hot 20 speed. You cannot have that big of a gap here. Like cleaving, yeah, you need fast runes, but at the end of the day, I've done a lot of account services for cleavers who have really fast G3 rune sets. But then I look at their Lucians. It's like 60 speed. How do I speed tune a 60 speed Lucian to a 310 Bastet? It's not possible. It's not about speed. It's about your Swift rune depth. So whenever I see people re-up good DPS Swift runes, it kind of hurts my heart unless they really don't care about cleaving or DPS runes or rune depth, and they just want to chase for Genya Thor Swift runes. Anyways, that will be the last account for this episode of account reviews. Hope you guys enjoyed, and make sure notification squad if you're part of that, in the description below if you're not, and we'll be in touch for the next video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and see you then.